This module provides guidance to the employer. However, it's also informative for both authorized employees, those who lock out equipment to service it, and affected employees, those who perform their duties where energy control lockouts take place. To protect your workers and comply with the pertinent lockout standards, it's critical that you develop a comprehensive lockout-tagout program. Fortunately, the following 4-step program has emerged as a global best practice. Step 1. Develop an energy control policy and machine-specific procedures. For the employer, the written energy control policy document is the starting point for lockout or tagout. It describes the purpose and authorization rules of your company's program. After you've completed this summary, you can continue with what may be the most important step for your workers, writing machine-specific procedures. These procedures will detail specific steps for shutting down, isolating, blocking, and securing equipment to control hazardous energy. A typical medium-sized facility will have several hundred pieces of equipment, each of which should have its own detailed lockout procedure. The equipment list will include production equipment such as presses, machining centers, conveyors, and cranes, and facility operating equipment including boilers, chillers, generators, and pumps. Step 2. Identify energy control points. Locate and identify all energy control points, including valves, switches, breakers, and plugs, with permanently placed labels or tags. Cross-reference each label and tag with the corresponding step in the posted energy control procedure for that piece of equipment. This practice ensures that the correct isolation points will always be identified and locked out by the worker. Step 3. Training, communication, and inspection. Establish formal training programs for each type of employee. Authorized employees typically receive the most extensive training, as they directly service the equipment and perform lockout or tagout. Affected employees, often equipment operators, receive training so they know not to remove any devices or attempt to operate equipment during lockout. Other employees who work in or near a lockout area must be able to recognize lockout events and to stay clear. Retraining is important when there are changes in job assignments, machines, hazards, or when an employee is not demonstrating adequate knowledge of procedures. Also, periodic inspections of the machine-specific procedures should be conducted to ensure that they remain accurate and up to date. Step 4. Use proper lockout devices. Ultimately, it's the proper and assured application of the lockout hardware that makes for a successful lockout program. To this end, it's important to know and document specifically what devices are acceptable for use at every lockout point. There is a tremendous range of sizes and shapes of valve operating handles, circuit breaker switches, and various other energy control means. You'll find lockout devices to properly fit a majority of these. Look for lockout devices that are easy to use, versatile, provide a secure fit, durable, compact, and easily stored. Finally, never attempt to remove or bypass another employee's lockout device when it's in place.